there. Good morning, MPP family. I've got a couple of really great, easy, simple recipes with the bag that you got from Fair Foods this week. And as you know, we got a fantastically colorful bag. We've got sweet peppers. You either got a orange one, red one, or yellow one. We got organic shredded carrots for our recipe. We got apples, tomatoes, potatoes, our little friends, the Scotch bonnets that have a lot of fire in them. And of course we have onions. And some of us got these amazing organic cauliflowers to work with. And some of us got a little surprise. I know. Exactly. This is in the cauliflower family. It's a kind of a hybrid, I believe, with broccoli, and it can go by the name of romescano. Oh, excuse me. I had it down and I forgot it. But listen, it's also called a broccoli flower. But it's like Roman something. And you would treat this as how you would a regular cauliflower. Just take off the bottom and steam it, break it off, however you want to do it. So this is a great bag we got this week, and we got some feta cheese. Okay, so I made a couple of nice things. The first thing I did was, of course, as I told you, I'll always include something that's raw. And this is our spicy, sweet and spicy salad that I have here, made with carrots, apples, and some those Scotch bonnet peppers. And then I had a little bit of fun, and I wanted to do the green cheese dip. And look at that. Let's get started. So the first one we're going to do, as I'm going to do my little salad here, I have this is, for a small serving. You have a bag that will probably feed, once you're done with this, anywhere from 4 to 6 people. You can put this on top of greens, or you can just put it on the side. This is kind of like in memory of like an ambrosia salad. You'll see why. So in here I have about 1.5 cups of the shredded carrots. I like equal amounts of apples. Got that in there. Now, in order to preserve my apples, and I wanted some extra sweet, I cut up an orange, squeezed them, and I let them sit overnight. They turned a little bit brown, but nothing that's not too edible, okay? I also wanted a little bit of extra sweet in mine, so I did cut up a date. Now, the peppers. You know how to do this. Now, I'm going to tell you, these peppers are very hot. It's not just the seeds that are hot, it's the skin that's hot with these peppers. A good way to work with these is to wear gloves, especially if you're going to be touching children, or you have a habit of touching your face. The other thing you can do afterwards is, after you squeeze out your orange or your lime that you put over your apples, you can rub your hands inside after you wash your hands, and that helps to take it away a little bit also. Now, last week, some of us got the cream cheese with the jalapeno pepper. So I'm making a note of it just in case you still have it. Put that to the side. What I used for my seasonings is, because I want to keep the kick going, is I used a little bit of ginger. You know I love ginger. How many shakes, how much you want, it's your preference. Again, this is the base. You do whatever you want with this, but this is just to give you some ideas on what to do, what you have inside. Now, to kind of keep the holiday spirit, and this was one of the ingredients that I mentioned that you look up, well, actually both of them, the ginger and the allspice. The healing properties alone with the allspice, just got to be careful with the amount. It can be a little overpowering. But guess what? Excellent for gas. Oops. I'm also, now I grew up with this kind of salad, so this is why I couldn't wait to share it with you. My mother used to do the carrot and raisin and mayonnaise, and so that's what I'm doing today. As much as you want. I don't need much. Take it, and this is just a blend. Now, I have a little issue with mayonnaise, so that's why I was trying to be cute by just putting on like a half a spoonful. But this is a tie between me eating a finger dipped in mayonnaise or a finger that's been fried. Either one I would probably do. Well, I might think about it. I might not quickly do it, but those Scotch bonnets are no joke. Okay, that's our first one. But again, I wanted to talk to you about the Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Now, you could still put all the main ingredients in here, but suppose you still have your cream cheese. Leave it out, let it get room temperature. I would take out the container. Once it's softened up, start mixing it, softening it, and use that instead of the mayonnaise, or you can use that with some mayonnaise. It matters on how creamy you want it. Now, this recipe is can be done. You can put yogurt on it. I use the mayonnaise because I confess I have an issue with mayonnaise. Now, the next one we're going to work on is this dip. I know, Gloria, what are those white things? Those beige things, those brown things, those biscuits. Those weren't included in your recipe. No, they're not. But I'll tell you what. This is a simple, quick one with the ingredients we have also. Spinach. I have no oil in the pan. Spinach. The other thing I wanted to show you was I didn't cut up my spinach. I did do my baking soda wash. I did a salad spinner last night. Now you're going to wonder about the stems because the stems were long. This is real spinach right here. This is not the prefab put inside. I just broke it up. This is a rough cut that you're just doing here. Now, about medium heat. I let that sit for a little bit because I want it to wilt. I don't need it to die, but trying to fit, and most of you probably got at least 6 cups, perhaps more. I was trying to really load you up on spinach. I fell in love with this type of spinach with the feta cheese. If any of you have ever gone to Boston Chicken, I think it's called Boston Market now, and they have a cream spinach. So this is a base recipe. It only has the one type of cheese, the feta, that was included in your bag. However, if you want to zhuzh this up, feel free. You could add sour cream. You could add more cheese. You know, I'm trying to lose weight, so if you want to firm it up and really bake it, like seriously, like firm it up and maybe slice it, you could add an egg or two to the amount of spinach that you come up with. Now, this spinach, again, no water, no oil. I'm just softening this up. I'm going to put this back down. I already sauteed about a small onion. I like a lot of onions, so I'm only going to do like a small. Hi there, folks. I am hoping and praying that this video works. I thought I knew everything. So here we are with our spinach that I have sauteed with no water, no oil, just steamed it out a little bit. My sauteed onions, my sweet pepper, and I'm going to, remember I always say I start with like at least a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to shake some in. I know the feta has salt in it, but sometimes you just need a little extra, and I'm just giving you a little extra. So I have salt, and because you know I like the smokiness, I'm going to put a couple of shakes of my smoked paprika in there. I get some veggie blend, a couple of shakes of that. Kind of reminds you of like a Mrs. Dash, which is now just called Dash, and some extra basil. There we go. And blend. I have a funny feeling this blender may have some issues with me. And I don't want to bring out my big guy because my big guy is kind of intimidating. But I'm going to try to keep working with this little Oster here. And here we go. Let's go that again. And I'm just doing a blend. It's not happy. It's getting some light. Thank you for your patience. All right, so I have my mixture here, and feel free to do a little taste test because it's, you know, this really could be eaten just like how it is now. It's the baking. Let me tell you, that's all right. Now, I'm going to use a little something because, you know, I'm not making a big thing. I'm going to spray it a little bit. Just a teeny bit with some pan. And my secret, I know you all know what it is. Listen, I went right down to Save-A-Lot. They have those little muffins in the roll of tin, and that's exactly what I'm using. You can use the I would use the croissants, the turnovers, because the other ones have a little flakiness. But again, this is your choice, whatever you have in the house. You know, if you have, can I just say this? Again, if you want to make this almost like a cream spinach, you could do cornbread dumplings and put them around the side and then bake, you know, for 35 minutes. Just so those, you know, they're cooked down, but what a nice taste it is. So, yeah, this is your dip right here, and or cream spinach. Put that in. Nice it around. Look how nice and green that is. It still has some goodness inside of it. You haven't killed it. And then, look here. Yes. Just make little balls of heaven. Now, if you have enough of this, you could also line the bottom and almost make it like a, again, like a spinach pie. And in that particular case, I would probably add an egg if you don't mind doing that. Put your oven on to 350 or whatever your little tin container suggests if you decide to do it this way. If you just want to bake it without these, you can put it on to 350. Listen, 10-15 minutes. When that cheese is melty and goody and all that extra going on there, take some of the feta, shake it on top. If you want to put some paprika and sprinkle on top like I did, Yeah, I'm stuck on this little cap thing. But look at that. Yes. And when those little balls swell up, I'm telling you. So those are recipes. I want to talk to you a little bit about storage real quick. Fair Foods, all fresh, okay? It's all fresh. So I want to make some suggestions, give you some suggestions for a couple of things. One is working with this cauliflower. Let's do something different because cauliflower has an incredible amount of vitamin C. I think a half cup is maybe like, it's going to be a cup or a half cup of raw cauliflower is equal to about 3/4 of your daily suggested amount of vitamin C. I would have never thought this would have done it. But what you can do is cauliflower steaks. Take this, take out the bottom, carve up a little bit, cut this into like this slices. Oil, seasoning, stick it in the oven, 350. It matters on how tender you want it. I like mine still with a little bit of fight. So you could do at least like 15 to 20 minutes, or you can do up to 30, 35 minutes. It matters on how much you want to cook it. If you want to cover it, it will cook quicker. Storage, I keep the plastic on mine's bottom shelf. Now our little baby here, brought a flour. Same thing, bottom shelf. You could take off, again, make sure you wash it, even if it says organic. You can take off these little nubs here. They're adorable. They look, they also call it like dragon cauliflower. And you can do there's a lot of content with recipes that you could make. You can take these off, you can dip them in batter, and you can fry them if that's what you want to do. I want to share something about storage. Keep your onions away from your potatoes. The gas that comes off of them, and that's what I was trying to tell you last week, is not healthy for potatoes. There's so many vegetables that give off gas that affect other vegetables. I didn't realize this till I started really investigating the whole thing. But we've got a good selection here. Again, I'd like to stay in touch with you. My email... Wasn't supposed to happen. Poor thing. Feel free to email me at GloriaF495, GLORYAF495 @gmail.com. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your commitment. Let's get going. And remember, I'm also on Instagram at Gogobytes, just like Giga, but I'm going. Gogobytes, GOGOBYTES. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay well.